If you're just starting Call of Dragons, trust me, you want to know these 10 things before you make the mistakes I did. I waste so much resources, levels, golden hits, you name it, and I even ignored the best hero in the game. But today I'm going to save you from all that, so let's dive in. Before we get started, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe for more Call of Dragons content. Also drop a comment which mistakes from this that I'm going to present you already make at least one time. So did you ever start a game where you already feel behind? Well, that was me. I started Call of Dragons, there was an email at the global launch. Now from first look, I start at the global launch, but there was so many people coming from Rise of Kingdom, or at least having decent knowledge over the kingdom building games, and this actually gives them some advantage over what have to be built in the castle, troops, about the heroes, and basically everything. So slowly I start progressing and increase my knowledge over this game. So if you're starting something new, you're definitely going to make some mistakes in the progress. Of course, some of the things you think twice or three times, especially when you spend some money. But even in the spendings, I also make some mistakes. It was a full journey of mistakes. That's why it's like 10 mistakes. It's not like a single mistake that is going to break your account. There was just so many mistakes that I experienced playing Call of Dragons. And when you're using your CP, it's a make or break your early game. And honestly, your late game also. And the first thing I actually go for, and I was thinking I make huge progress, that was I actually go for the Darkling Patrus, you know, the creatures that you see right now. And those creatures, something extremely important is dropping the training speed ups. On the other side, you have forts that can actually drop your speed up, you know, research speed up, building speed up, also training speed up, and I think universal speed ups also. Now, what is the difference there? Is from here, you're going to receive only training. When you're at the beginning, when you're in stage of development, you want to have building speed up and you want to have research speed up and universal speed up, just to boost your castle to become more and more strong. But in same time, those creatures here was also providing you with arrows. Right now, with the latest updates in Call of Dragons, those arrows are increased. It can go up to 11. I think it can go up to 12, by the way. Yeah, up to 12. Back in the days, it's up to 7. When we start, was up to 5. So I think from my perspective, forts was better idea. And here we're talking about where to spend your CP. And I think I made a huge mistake that I go for the Darkling Patrols. Now I get tons of training speedups, but the essential speedups for growing, universal building, and the research speedup was actually coming up from the forts. And you can see from these reports that I get like 6 speed ups, 5 minutes. Of course, forts is consuming more CP. I think it's like 150 CP points till the Darklings get reduced over time. When you kill the first Darkling, is going to be 50. After this, 49, and so on. But here you also get theatre. This is also essential for opening the tier 5. And right now, arrows also is with increased chance to be get it. The number is increased there, so theatre back in the days was more easy to be get it, from my personal opinion, since you know you can solo forts. On the other side, right now arrows is more easy, so right now Darkling Fort is way better. Also from point of the resources, they're giving you like 3 times more resources. Now if you are doing some decent farming and you have farms, you're not going to struggle that much for the resources, but in the same time is something in extra. Now Darkling Patrols, I can say one thing, and they're very good for leveling your hero. If you're only counting on the books, which back in the days was only to level 50, after level 50 you'd either go and do some PvP to level up your heroes, or you, what was the other one? PvP and Darkling Patrols. Yeah, that was the 2 things. You cannot actually use books, but yeah, right now you can actually use so many books. Also, silver keys, sometimes gold keys, sometimes sometimes gems also drop. There is just so many things, and as you can see, there is research speed. This is all the things that is going to help you for opening the tier 5 also, from point of reducing the time, since research speed, going to use it on the researches. Till the training speed ups is just training for troops. Now at some point you want to do Darkling Patrols, like me. I'm currently tier 5. I don't care about research speedups. I don't care about the building speedups. And I can actually go only for Darkling Patrols. This is the best situation for me. But at the beginning, I was going only for the Darkling Patrols. And I think this actually hit me very hard when it was time for opening tier 5. I spent gems over the arrows. I spent gems over the theatry. It was a huge spending there. And I think I can actually reduce the spending there if I was more clever with my CP points. And speaking about the buildings, not all the buildings are builded equally. You're going to need some buildings, others you're not going to need. Now, at least at the beginning, I didn't actually make mistake focusing over these buildings since, you know, if you see they're going to give you per hour like 25k per hour. And at the same time, if you send something to Gutter for 2 hours, you're going to get like 1 million. So guttering is the way for the resources. This thing is not going to help you that much. But in same time, I actually didn't focus over the Alliance Center since I was not so sure what this help supposed to mean. Later, I actually get in track with this extremely fast when I start seeing, when I click the Alliance to help me, I start seeing how the time get reduced. But at the beginning, I didn't actually focus that much over the Alliance Center. And also Courage of Order. This is extremely important buildings. And the main reason, not only for the helps for the Academy, like I like to call this building, is giving you research speed. And with each level, you're going to get either 0.5% or basically 1%, depending where you are in the progress. But this is something extremely important. It's going to reduce the time your researches, and every time you reduce your time, it's just better. The things is going to happen way more faster. So not all the buildings here is the same. I also focus over a scout camp. Well, honestly, soon we're going to enter in the new map, so I'm going to need some scouting, you know, the mist. But back in the day, since there was a mist at the beginning, I actually focused way too much over scout camp, and I focused way too much over How of Order. I didn't keep these two buildings at same level with my How Order, and I focused over the training camps since, you know, I was looking to build more troops and so on. But I missed these two buildings. They're extremely important in Call of Dragons, so don't miss them out. The other thing is imagining to skipping the best hero in the game just because you was thinking it was not worthy and it's too expensive and so on. Well, that's me. And the hero I'm talking about, this is Lilia. Now, this hero was presented in the game, of course, is from the VIP, but everybody who you ask is going to tell you that the main goal when you start playing the game is going to be level 8 of the VIP, just because this second research queue permanently unlocked. So you're going to do 2 researches in same time. So at this point, you're going to have pretty decent amount of this chest with Lilia inside. And I was thinking, oh bro, but that is so expensive. I mean, just to buy, I mean, at the beginning, you know, it's not that expensive, but when you go further, well, the pricing increase. Also, the tokens inside increase. Let's be honest from there. But yeah, from my point of view, Lilia ended up to be the most cheap hero in Call of Dragons, and at the same time, one of the most powerful heroes in this game. Until this day, is a S tier hero. S tier after 2 years, after I don't know how many seasons, maybe 6, 7, 8 seasons. I don't remember how many seasons I played this game. But I have like 2 years playing this game. So I ignore her just because, you know, just the price that they put on the chest is like $100. And I'm like, I'm not so sure. But in the same time, I was getting the daily deals at the point when I actually start spending. And if you see the daily deals, okay, right now I purchased this thing, but it's so much from, okay, it's not that much, but it's so slow to actually level up a hero. Right now, I'm working over Muxiang, this hero, if I find her somewhere here, and I'm so far away with her. It's like 5-2-2-2. I need like 20 more tokens, and you're going to just start seeing that even if you collect some tokens, of course, you cannot use universal tokens with Lilia. This is obvious. Also with the Husk, all these 2 heroes that are from the VIP, you cannot actually put universal tokens, so you have to buy the bundles. But I think this is maybe one of the best investments in the game. Rest of the heroes is extremely hard to be awakened, even though that you can actually put it in the VIP and every day getting this hero, 2 tokens, buying the daily, blah blah blah. It's still so much. It costs way more hard from this just to buy the hero, all the tokens of the hero. But in the same time, the reason I actually go for the Lilia at the end was actually that I was needing Theatri to open my rally drums, and here you also get Theatri that is going to support you to make your rally drum level 25. Yeah, this thing here, rally bacon level 25. The other thing that I regret was attacking other players. I was thinking it was a smart, you just go out and you find somebody who either don't have a lance, even if they have a lance, you check the lance, how strong is the lance, and you actually go and attack this person. Of course, you scout him first, you see is there some resources inside. I think everybody actually make this mistake, and why I think it's a mistake? Just because at this point I was having tier 4 troops. And to train 160 tier 4 troops is something like 1 day and like 24 hours. So if you lose like 8k troops or 9k, no matter how many resources, exception if this is a millions and millions and millions resources, but here we're talking about like 10 million resources you're going to get a total, and you're going to sacrifice like 8k troops. That was a not smart decision, but the good thing is I actually realized this thing early when I see the deaths, and when I was start building my legions. I was leveling the heroes extremely fast. And since I was having one main troop, let's say it like this, I was counting since leveling the hero in the castle, I was not able to fool the legion. And every time I attack something and I get deaths, this put me behind, and I was not even able to fill my legion at the beginning. So I think it's not a clever idea, and I think it's a mistake at the beginning to actually go randomly attack some people for resources, and especially in huge wars at the beginning. Now, at the beginning, you have to understand this is the time you have to just develop your castle, getting these researchers, getting these buildings, get some troops, and try to focus over fighting over open field, not to rally directly. I don't think there is a bastion in the season 1, but let's say rally other players. Want to grow more faster from everybody else? Well, the secret here is not actually the grinding. The secret here is the lance. And I actually understand when I start actually getting some chests. You can get so many chests when you're in some strong alliance with some spenders inside. And I was not knowing, by the way, those chests, what was about this rare chest. Now we get common chests, when you go and open some Darkling chest, with the keys you receive when you hunt Darkling patrols. But I didn't actually know the rare chest and what they can actually provide you. And slowly, with fighting at the beginning, the more strong alliance, the winner take the best from the loser, and most likely the loser, slowly the alliance just disappear since the top players is already in the winner and stuff like this. So the moment I actually start receiving this chest was a game changer. First thing. Second, you feel safe. You can go and farm in the final zone. You get most of the behemoths, if not all the behemoths. At the beginning, we didn't actually have these shards that are presented in the game. This Yadrasil, Yagora Amber. We didn't actually have this thing. You win the season, there was hits, VIP points, theatre, and so on. It was something like this. So you get a lot of rewards, a lot of benefits to be in Strong Alliance. And from the why I actually mentioned the chest is just the VIP points. This thing is you can get a chest, for example, gold chest with 1,000 VIP points inside. Stuff like this. It was absolutely crazy. And from there, I actually understand as a WoW spender, I have to focus and be with at least WoW spenders like me. Of course, at the beginning, I was free-to-play player, but, with the time, I actually start putting some money in the game. After this, the spending increased a little, but anyway, I think Alliance is definitely going to help you in your growth by miles. This game is not grinding. This game you have to play it smart and be with big boys, big smart boys, okay? And speaking about the investment, I'm going to talk about my worst investment. And some heroes are looking like a great investment and turn out to be absolutely not great investment. And this hero for me is Indis. I invest so much in her. Where is this thing? Now, some people are going to write in the comments, but she is infecting this debuff, which is damage taken 20% for 2 seconds. This is basically 2 seconds that you see that right now. So I think my biggest mistake was actually in this, that I actually go for her. Why is the biggest mistake? Since you actually have to get her from the Behemoth Trial. There is no other place where you can actually get in this. You have to farm these 3 tokens every day. And believe, to awake one hero, you need over 600 tokens. That means a lot of farming. You have to be at one stage of the Dragon Trial to get the maximum, so you can actually cover these 3 tokens per day, because it's like 600 of this point. Why I think it's a great, I regret actually investing, since this is basically a hero for free, right? You can just get it. You can use her, or you may not use her, depending on you. It's for free. Well, I use her for the gathering, so at least I have something that I can say is thing that she's giving. But what I'm losing is the question here, and what I'm losing is a lot of medals. Look at this thing, medal, 25k. This is 20k. 25k is one medal that is going to give you 100 points. 50k is a medal that is going to give you 300 points, and 100k is a medal that is going to give you 1000 points. So you can see how much I actually lose from these beautiful medals, just because I decided to go and invest in the indies, and I was trying to make her awakened. Because yeah, at the beginning there was not many awakened heroes. Till these days, this season 1 heroes is so hard to be awakened. So even if you see a slim chance to awake one specific hero, you grab it. And I think Indis is one of these heroes that I saw small chance that I can actually awake her, even though that can be after 5 seasons or something like this. So I grabbed the chance, and I regret that, because all these points can be spent over medals. These medals that can make your hero 6-star, 6-star, a 6-star, they're getting like 5% defense penetration, at 5-star, 5% attack resistance. This is a great buffs. But you're not going. I don't have that much medals right now, and I'm struggling getting medals, and I'm so mad. Even though that I have some heroes that is a 6-star, but I also want to make Thunderlin 6-star. I want to make Muxiang 6-star, and just because I actually go for Indies, I lose so much medals there, so much. So I really regret that. And let's talk about the fraction. Now, starting with one fraction is something, but changing this fraction, it can be a game changer, and that was a case for me. It was basically a game changer. Now, I start with Wilderberg. I know I'm old World of Warcraft player, okay? So when I see orc, I want to play with orcs. Look at them. They always have these big arms. But the point here was I actually start with Wilderberg, and I try to be mage. Now, Satyrs is good because they're going to give you 20% attack. So they're great supporter for the League of Order. So I was playing mages, and I was like Wilderberg. At some point, I was like, okay, I have way less mages. Why am Wilderberg? Better go with League of Order. And fast I understand that this Celestials is maybe the biggest flying unit, the most strong flying units in this game. Maybe exception is going to be Eagles. I think they're equal from this point, since Wild Rider is not that great, let's be honest. But I still, Celestials is going to double your mages, and at the same time, they're better from your Vestals. They're better from your Satyrs. So I switch to League of Order, especially if you want to go as a mage. League of Order is your place. If you want to go as a marksman, Wilderberg is going to be your place. Also for cavalry, I think Wilderberg is also better, just because of the Legion attack. It's like 3%. This destruction in generic, I don't think somebody care. But here you have magic defense. It's only for mages, you know? So if you attack infantry, you want to have the attack, you know? So I think this is the mistake. I think I was like 2 seasons, maybe 3 with Wilderberg, and I definitely was needing League of Order. Now, the fun part is from Wilderberg, I actually switched to Spring Warden, trying to be main cavalry. It was total fail there, and I was like, I spent 10k gems to go to League of Order, and I was like, I'm going to be mage main, okay? We're not going to go with this cavalry thing. When you see somebody doing absolutely crazy amount of merits on the battlefield, and you see he's a spring warden, and you see his eagles, and you're like, oh my god, I want to be like this guy. But at the end of the day, I decide I want to be League of Order. Now let's talk about the heroes. Now leveling heroes from the first point, it look a great idea. You basically get more and level up more heroes. But at the end of the day, you're going to use few heroes. You're going to basically use few heroes. You're not going to use all of these heroes. Now, if I open my hero tab, you're going to see I have Lilia. This is the mages I'm using. I have Bakshi. I don't use Bakshi. Even though my Kingslayer is level 5, this thing hit like a truck. I use Thunderlin. I don't use Frygar. Look at this. She's awakened. I use Dohar. I don't use Indis. You know, awaken it again. I don't use Sindrian. Awaken it 6-star. So you start seeing that I'm having right now heroes that I don't use. Even some of the heroes are not even touched for a couple seasons, and those heroes are either leveled up. Also, of course, you can easily level up all of your heroes. It's not an issue, but to spend over the spells like Sindrian, he's awakened. Frygar, he's awakened. Who else I can actually give us example? Maybe Mogro. Okay, Goresh Mogro, I'm working over this combo. Okay, this is a good combo. But I have Forundil, for example. Where is this guy? Forundil. Yeah, look at this thing. 5-4-4. I don't touch this hero for seasons. At least 3 seasons or maybe 4 seasons. I have never played with this hero. Same for Kinara. 5-5-4. I have never touched this hero. So I think you start understanding from my point of view that I'm working with mages, so everything I do should be for mages. I split a lot. I also invest in the Madeline. You see, all these tokens, all these daily chests, all these bundles can actually be focused over the single troop for specific heroes. Make these heroes awakened, do massive damage on the battlefield, have your main troop, and you're going to do absolutely great in this game. But at the beginning, I split around with the heroes. And let's talk about the VIP. Now some people are thinking it's something about the VIP, but VIP is looking like something you should rush, right? Well, not always. And the only place I think VIP should be rushed is actually to get to level 8. Level 8 is a game changer. Basically, every day you're losing, you're not VIP 8, is a date you're not going to get a hero legendary token, because at level 7 you don't have it, at level 8 you have it, and secondary research queue. So if you skip and not open it in one day, for example, today you don't open it, you open it tomorrow, it's going to be like 1 day speed up. So you can see the difference there, you know? So I think this is something that you should rush. But I think when you hit VIP 14, where you start getting these 2 emblems per day, is actually you don't need to rush. From there, from level VIP 8, you don't need to rush. If you rush like me, because I actually spent even gems on the VIP, yeah, I'm going to repeat that. I spent gems, and I spent like 100k gems. That is a brutal amount of gems. And right now I end up with all these VIP points that is just sitting there. So just don't rush about this thing. Maybe the milestones is 14 and 8. So if you hit 8, yeah, you have to definitely rush for 8. But from there, you just don't need to rush that much. So that is my list from the 10 things that I wish I know in Call of Dragons. Did any of this surprise you? Drop a comment below and let me know what is your biggest mistake. And don't forget, like, subscribe, and turn the bell notification so you don't miss any of my Call of Dragons videos. And speaking about the heroes, you can go and check out my video about Sibyl. This is one of the new heroes presented in Call of Dragons. Basically built everything you need to know about this hero. Pairing, what's important for this hero. You can just go and check it out. It's absolutely crazy. And see you in the next video.